Texans select Calen Bullock out of USC, and I've never seen Nick Caserio and D'Amico Ryans look so excited. Let's break it down. Let's hear from the man himself. Another get to know a draft prospect edition of the Locker Room.
Yeah. Yeah. It's the Locker Room on YouTube. You know what it is. Let's get it. Hey. Locker room, yeah, we in the locker room. Texas talk, yeah, you know what we about to do.
Texans draft a safety. How does he fit into things? That is the question. Nick Caserio and the Texans, they went corner with their first pick on day 2 of the draft. Then they went offensive line, and then they went safety. You can make a case at 2 of those positions you thought maybe that they felt good about, but they were very proactive in their selection, and they draft Calen Bullock, number 86 overall out of USC. Big dude, fast dude, athletic dude. The scouts seemed kind of split. It seemed like they thought he would go a little bit later. But with Lincoln Riley, defensive guys, a lot of times when stuff hits the fan, it hits the fan. And USC's defense as a whole last year, I mean, they fired the coordinator midway through the season. You had the situation where people were wondering if Caleb Williams would even play. It's just kind of, I don't know. I don't know that film and that tape. And again, I don't sit here and pretend to be Mr. Film Guru or anything like that. I just don't know how much stock you can put in it. I will say, if we're going by body language, the draft room body language was an A+. I've seen D'Amico Ryans and Nick Caserio draft CJ Stroud. I've seen him draft Will Anderson. I don't know that I've seen this many smiles in the draft room. So they're excited about him for whatever reason. There's a lot of intrigue for him. Let's hear from the man himself, who seems to have a lot of energy. I think Aaron Wilson has the first question. Then we'll get over best case, worst case, and realistic expectations for Bullock before we hit the big party at 11 o'clock for day 3 at Daily Sports Club.
Visited here. What do you remember about that? Did you get a good feeling about the Texans, that they might be the team that pictures you went on your trips, and have a follow-up?
When I took the visit to Texas, it felt great. The whole coaching staff, they welcomed me with open arms. Everybody loved me, and I love the coaching staff there too, and everybody else who was on the staff. So I kind of knew, I had a good feeling that it would be a chance that I would go there.
And for anybody that hasn't watched you play a ton, how would you describe your style of play and your mentality toward football? Thank you.
I would say I'm a very diverse DB. You're gonna see me playing everywhere. I'm gonna come and give my all to this organization, no matter what. I'm gonna leave everything out there on the field. I'm gonna always come out here every single day. I'm gonna get the best person on and off the field always.
Cole.
Congratulations, Cole Thompson, USA Today, Texans Wire. I just want to ask you, when you look back at your time at USC, what would you say was your favorite memory? And also, do you have a favorite highlight interception? Because it was feeling like every other play you were taking the ball back for 15, 20 yards down the field.
Yeah, I would say probably my favorite memory was my very first game of my freshman year. I got to start as a true freshman, go out there and play in front of a lot of people. And my emotions was everywhere. I remember me just crying before the game, just couldn't believe it that I got to start in front of everybody. And I went out there and had a really good game. So I think that's really my favorite moment. And then I would say my very first interception, my freshman year versus Washington State. I would say that's one to remember. I remember getting that interception, and it felt good. I called everybody in my family right after the game.
And then a quick follow-up for you. When you look at a guy like D'Amico Ryans, who's been in the NFL, he's been close to league. He recently retired just a few years ago. What does it mean to have a coach that understands what it's like to go through the daily life of an NFL player, and also having a defensive-minded coach, especially for your first head coach at the next level?
Yes, sir. It's great to have a coach like that. Especially he relates to the players. Like you said, he was a former player also, so he knows what it takes. He knows what us players go through. So he's going to be able to relate to us. And I know he's a really awesome coach. So,
Brian Bearfield.
Hey, Ken, welcome to Houston. Brian Bearfield, Big Sarge Media. Around you see me, just call me Sarge. Everybody else will. So, I have two questions for you. One, have you ever been to, have you ever gotten a chance to visit the city of Houston? And if so, what did you think about it?
Yeah, I got to visit when I took my 30 visits up there, but I really didn't get to see the city as much. I was just at the facility, but I think I would love Houston.
And the second question I have for you, as a former two-way player, you played receiver in
Yes, sir.
high school as well, right? So as a
Yes,
former
sir.
two-way player, when you play, does it make it easier for you as a defensive back, knowing that you ran those routes, seen those routes, and know some of their tendencies? Does it make it easier for you on the defensive side of the ball?
Yeah, I would say it helped me a lot on the defense side of the ball because, like you said, I play receiver. Receiver is my first love, so it helps me. It's like a cheat code. I know when they're gonna break down. I know the certain amount of yards for them to run a certain amount of routes. So it really helps me on the defensive side, and then it helped me a lot with like my ball skills, I would say.
Thank you.
Jonathan Alexander.
Calen, hey, congratulations. I was curious, what do you remember from your 30 visit with the Texans? And I got another question after that.
I just remember everybody just there, the whole coaching staff just welcomed me with open arms. Everybody like loved me. It seemed like it was a great vibe from everybody in the building. Everybody was telling me what they loved about me. Nobody was like trying to downplay me like some other visits. Everybody was just telling me like what they expect out of me, what they see out of me, and telling me I got a bright future. So I really love that from the coaching staff.
And how did I hopped on a little bit late, so I'm sorry if you've been asked this already. But how did the call go? Like, how quickly did you find out that the Texans were trading up for you? How did that call go?
It went great. The Texans called me. They called me and told me they were gonna trade up for me, and then I'll say my emotions started going everywhere. My mom was next to me; she was crying. But I felt good about the pick because, like I said, I knew the coaching staff. I knew they really loved me as a player and as a person. So I knew I'd be in good hands. And I knew where the organization is going. I know it's a great place for me to be.
This guy's easy to like.
Kim Davis.
I'll say that right now.
Hi, Calen. It's Kim Davis from Chalk Talk. Congratulations and welcome to Houston.
Yes,
Two questions. First, what is it that made you decide? You said receiver was your first love to decide to settle on the defensive side.
yes, ma'am. I would say just growing up in like when you're in high school, you go to these camps. Everybody wants to play receiver. DB is the hard job. Nobody wants to play DB. Everybody's scared to lose reps and go out there and not win every rep. A DB is gonna come with that. You're not gonna win every single rep. So I remember going to the camps and the lines was really long, and I remember like I want to get these reps, so I'm gonna go to the DB side. So I went to the DB side, and it worked out from there.
And about the Texans defense, did you see them play much last year? And what do you know about this defensive unit?
Defense, it's a real young defense. They got some young pieces on the defense. I know the defense, they're gonna play their heart out every single play. Everybody's on the defense seems really close. When I went to the facility, I got to meet some of the guys also and got to talk to them, and they was just telling me like it's a real family up there. And I know that me going into this team, I know I'm gonna be walking with open arms, and I'm gonna hop on the train and get the rolling with the team, with the defense, and we're gonna go out here and make plays.
All right, thank you.
Brian Bearfield.
Calen, what was it like going up against Caleb in practice? And the second question the follow-up question I have for you is, do you think that you are already prepared to come to the NFL, especially playing for USC? It seems like, that sideline is star-studded. So you all have, all kind of stars out at your game. So are you already prepared to come into the NFL?
Yeah, well, first question, competing against Caleb Williams every single day, it was a blessing because I know he's one of the best on that side of the ball, and he knows I'm one of the best on this side of the ball. So he pushed me every single day. I'll push him every single day, and,
That confidence.
and we kind of hold each other accountable every single day, on and off the field. So that's a real close friend of mine, and I know that he's gonna kill it where he's at right now. But it was really good going against him, and then USC prepared me for this next level, like you said. It's everybody on the sideline. I got a lot of good resources around me, so I know I could reach out. I have great people like Taylor Mays in the room with me, who was once in my position as a safety, and I know like he helped me develop my game and helped me to what to expect at the next level. So I know I'm fully prepared for this.
Thank you.
This kid might
All
have
right, we'll
something.
close with Aaron Wilson.
What's up, A-Dub?
And Calen,
Look at that suit.
you are able to have 9 career interceptions. Obviously, have a nose for the football. How would you describe sort of the way you instinctively are able to anticipate what the quarterback's doing and have a follow-up?
I would say just watching film. Watching film helps me play fast. And I know what to expect. I know what to read when I'm watching films. I was on the opposite side of the ball, so I know where this quarterback's about to throw this ball. I know when to break. And I would say that helped me get a lot of interceptions. I've always been a guy who liked interceptions.
And I think you did trips with Falcons, Dolphins, Jaguars. What were some of the other ones that you remember?
49ers, the Chargers.
All right, there you go. That's Calen Bullock. Thought he was going to list them all. That's an easy dude to like right there. It seems we saw how excited the guys were in the draft room. That's an easy guy to like. Look, they need a ball hawking safety. The weaknesses, there's talk about angles, finishing tackles, all that type of stuff. Look, USC was a disaster. We see what happens with Lincoln Riley teams when they're out of contention. They were a disaster. Their defense was terrible. It was a disaster. Texans need guys who can make plays on the ball. See ball, get ball. This is what that is. I think the best case for Bullock, he's an immediate contributor in the secondary. You see him have a few interceptions, and he's a contributor that sticks out. I think that's the best case. Worst case, maybe the tackling doesn't go according to plan. Maybe strength becomes an issue. Look, there's going to be plays where he gets beat. They're playing some really good quarterbacks, but as long as he can go through those growing pains, there could be some lows, especially when you're going to be relied upon to cover the deep side of the field. But I like this kid. The realistic expectations, again, contributor, and we'll see how it goes. But this is a pick that I'm very, very intrigued by. I like the way when he was asked about Caleb Williams, he said he knows I'm one of the best on my side. I know he's one of the best on his side. So we just compete. He wasn't bowing down. He wasn't kissing the ring, no matter what. So that's Calen Bullock. Texans got a lot of picks today. About to hit Daily Sports Club, 11 a.m. We got a lot of hats to give away, a lot of fun to be had, a lot of drinks to be consumed, a lot of draft to take in. Maybe we get some impact players instead of this 2-year window stuff, but who knows? You never know. That's the beauty of the draft. It makes fools of us all. And no matter whether we look foolish or not, when it comes to this Texan stuff, we're all in it together. Thanks for coming to the locker room.
It is. Let's get it. Hey, locker room. Yeah, we in the locker room. Texas talk. Yeah, you know what we about to do. Localize every angle's what we really do. We the source. We the pulse of the city too. Land